H1241 by Levin of Johnson.
The chair recognizes the representative from Johnson for opening remarks on Amendment H1241.
Thank you, Speaker. I do expect this to be a little more straightforward. As Representative Ingalls and Representative Jurdy have spoken to already, this bill does not get to the actual goal of improving civics education and civic engagement in our young people. And so what this amendment does is simply insert one line. There's already a section of the bill that has a may-do section for what school districts and the local school boards and the authorities over private schools may do in administering this program. And this would allow them to also have the option of creating guidelines for a civics service project, in which the completion of which would be accepted in lieu of the passing score on the citizenship test. That concludes my opening comments.
Is there discussion? The chair recognizes the representative from Woodbury, Representative Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. While this is probably a good idea, it also changes the nature of the assessment from objective to subjective, and so I would recommend a no vote on this.
Seeing no further discussion, chair recognizes the representative from Johnson for closing comments on Amendment H1241.
The fact is that what we have been hearing, and I met with the folks who originally drafted this bill, I know that Representative Henderson has as well, and that this bill has a great intent. The intent is to make sure that Iowa students are more civically engaged going forward than they have been in the recent past. I applaud that intent. But the fact is that a 100-question multiple choice test given to a 14, 15, 16, 17, or 18-year-old is never going to be the best way to get them more civically engaged. This amendment would give school districts that actually want to live out the intent of this bill, rather than the letter of what's been presented before us, an opportunity to do so. It would give schools and districts, both private and public, the opportunity to see their students do something great for their community and give them credit for their civic engagement. It would also ensure that students who are active, interested, caring people, but who deal with test-taking anxiety, who have reading challenges, who have memorization challenges, kids who are, let's say, getting over a concussion from a sports injury or for whatever reason, find themselves failing the citizenship test multiple times, are not prevented from graduating based on a 100-question multiple choice test that isn't engaging them in the civics of their community. I think this opportunity presents something exciting, and I hope to see you join me in supporting the amendment.
The representative from Johnson moves Amendment H1241, requests a division of record. This is not a record roll call vote. The clerk will open the machine and receive your vote. Wengren, no. Deacon, no. Zabner, aye. Kaufman, no. Lundgren, no. Stone, no. Hermanson, no. Rinker, no. Wood, no. Wolf, no. Moore of Scott, no. Bloomingdale, no. Have y'all now voted? The clerk will close machine, receive your vote. The House will pay attention to the results of the vote. Those voting aye, 28. Those voting no, 64. Absent or not voting, 8. The amendment has failed.